First at noon, at least 500 National Guard members are now patrolling the streets of Minneapolis and St. Paul at this noon hour after protesters lit up a police station on fire overnight in Minneapolis. This was the third night of rioting in the Twin Cities and across the country following the death of 46-year-old George Floyd at the hands of police. Eyewitness News reporter Kait Walsh has been tracking the morning developments. She joins us live in studio. And Kait, we just heard from the governor of that state a few minutes ago.
Yeah, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz just addressed the nation and the world who are all watching, saying the focus right now needs to be on the safety and security of everyone and then getting justice for George Floyd. He said the only way they can start that process is by restoring order in the cities, and the only way to do that is to stop the rioting and looting. Dozens of buildings have now been destroyed in the past 3 days, all fueled by outrage over the death of a black man, George Floyd, on Monday. Video shows a white police officer pinning him down with his knee against Floyd's neck until he was unconscious and later died. Overnight, rioters lit the 3rd Precinct police station on fire and officials let it burn. Everyone had been evacuated. This building was where the 4 officers involved in Floyd's death worked. The Minnesota Attorney General said right now it's not under his authority yet to prosecute anyone in Floyd's death.
I'm not going to start announcing those things in order to prejudice an investigation and hand the other side a defense. So I'm going to just say we're going to follow the evidence, and I think this case needs to be moving forward in the most expeditious manner.
The governor just said the issue here is trust. He said there has to be accessibility and safety for people like reporters, unlike what happened this morning.
Okay. Do you mind telling me why I'm under arrest, sir? Why am I under arrest, sir?
That was CNN reporter Omar Jimenez getting arrested on live TV along with his crew. They were quickly released, with state police saying they wanted to make sure first that they were actually journalists, and when they realized they were released. They showed their press badges right away, though. Governor Walz said this is one of their darkest chapters, taking ownership to establish order and rebuild trust in communities in the days, weeks, months, and years ahead. Live in the studio, I'm Kait Walsh, Eyewitness News.
Thank you. And while the protests have been playing out in Minneapolis, Twitter has put one of President Trump's tweets behind a warning label. Overnight, the president called protesters thugs, saying they were dishonoring the memory of George Floyd. He offered military support to Minnesota's governor, saying, quote, "When the looting starts, the shooting starts." And that glorifies violence, according to Twitter officials. Just yesterday, the president signed an executive order that purported to address censorship by Twitter and other social media companies.